Hey there, it's Christina Johnson here, and today I wanted to give you 7 specific steps that you can take when you're setting any kind of health or weight loss goal. And this can also apply to any other kind of goal you're setting in any area of your life. So I would recommend grabbing a pen and paper because you'll want to jot these 7 steps down so that you can go back and go through them yourself. Before I jump into that though, in case we haven't met, I'm Christina Johnson, a transformational nutrition coach, and I specialize in working with people who have struggled for years, if not decades, with losing weight. You know, they've tried all the diets out there, and even though they can lose weight on diets, they have not been able to successfully keep it off in the past. And so a big piece of what I do is really trying to do all the research and the studying to figure out how can we make new changes in a way that will actually create new habits that we can stick with long term. It's a really important part of my job as a coach. And so I wanted to share these 7 steps with you today because first of all, it's personally what I've been doing this January as I'm setting a couple specific health goals for myself. So it's what I'm personally doing, and it's a lot of the steps that I infuse into my coaching sessions with clients as well. So I know it will be very, very helpful for you, and ultimately the goal is to help it make you more likely that you'll reach your goals. Because let's face it, we're in New Year's right now, so it's the time of all the New Year's resolutions, and you've probably heard the statistic before that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by the second week of January. And so I want to give you everything you need to set you up for success this year. Because take a moment and just imagine whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish. If you're wanting to lose weight, to exercise more so you feel stronger, if you're wanting to increase your energy, or do something unrelated to health, whatever it is, just think about how much you could accomplish in this upcoming year so that when we get to December of 2021, you could be feeling amazing. And so I know that if you follow this goal setting method that I'm going to share with you, you will be so much more likely to actually follow through on the goals that you're setting for yourself. So I'm curious, first of all, have you set any goals, or is there anything you're trying to accomplish this year? So let me know in the comments, whether it's just to eat healthy, whether you're wanting to lose weight, whether it's to pay off debt, whatever it is. I would love to know what your goal is that you're working on, and these 7 steps could definitely be applied to that. So here we go. Let's go over the 7 steps that will increase your chances of following through on whatever goal you're setting for yourself. So number 1 is to be sure that you are setting a very clear and specific goal. So you don't want to say, I'm just going to eat healthier, or I need to start exercising. We need to be very clear and specific. Your brain needs to know exactly what it is you're working towards. So for example, if you are wanting to lose weight, then maybe you want to lose 10 pounds by February 28th. Or if you're wanting to exercise more, maybe your goal is to exercise 3 times every week. Or maybe it's something like, I want to be able to do 10 pull-ups by the end of March. You know, whatever your goal is, just be very specific and clear on what that is. Know in your mind exactly what you are going to accomplish. Because I promise you, the more clear and specific you are, the more likely you are to follow through and take the actions that you need in order to accomplish that goal. So be specific. Number 2, this is a really important one that I don't think we always take the time to do, but you need to really figure out what is your why. Why is it important to you to lose weight? Why is it important to you to exercise more? I know in my own life, I set goals all the time. I love setting goals, but the ones that I'm most successful with are the ones where I am really clear on why it's important to me. It's not just because I think I should exercise more. It's not just because, everybody else is doing this. But if there is something that's going to dramatically change my life, I am going to be all in. So really, if your goal is weight loss, then really think about, why is it important to you to lose weight? How are you going to feel when that weight is off? Are you going to finally be comfortable in your skin? Is it because you just want to have more energy and to not worry about getting diabetes or heart disease as you get older? What is that really, really strong motivation for wanting to make change? And I can promise you, when I'm coaching clients, the people who are most successful really have, big reasons why they're wanting to make change, because then they're more motivated to do the work to make it happen. So get clear on your bigger why. You might also want to just take a moment to think about what happens if you don't make change. So let's say you just keep as you are and you're not doing anything different. What happens then? Like what could get worse? Sometimes just thinking through that can increase our motivation as well, because we're pain adverse. We don't want things to get worse. So think about both sides of it. What could change if you don't do anything about it, and what could change if you do? Okay, so that's number 2, getting clear on your why. Step number 3 is brainstorm a huge list of all the specific actions you could take to reach your goal. So just for myself, I'm working on a couple specific goals right now just to help balance my hormones and so I can increase my energy again and feel better. And so I have a list on my computer typed out of, I don't know, there's probably 20 or 30 different things that I could take to help me reach my goal. And so I've got, different diet changes I could make. I brainstormed different supplements I could take, different essential oils I could use, different healthcare practitioners that I could go see, or tests that I could get done. So I have this huge list. Now, to just look at that whole list is quite overwhelming, so I'm going to narrow it down. But step 3 is just really brainstorm, what would it take to start feeling better? What diet, lifestyle changes, exercise could you add in? And this might take a little bit of research. For me, I've been researching hormone health and health for years, and so and I've got books on my shelf that I can refer to for, specific supplement suggestions. So it's pretty easy for me to come up with this long list. You may need some support. You may need to reach out to a coach like myself or to someone else to really get ideas on what's going to make the most difference for you. So that's step 3. Step number 4 then is, once you have that list brainstormed, you want to narrow it down to, I would say, 1 to 3 clear action steps that you will begin to take first. So we're not going to do all 20, 30 things on your list. That would be way too overwhelming. That's how a lot of us approach diet changes. And then I think that's one reason why we don't follow through. So just start. Pull out 1 to 3 things that you think are fairly simple changes to make, but could have a really big impact. So for example, for me, since I'm really wanting to make sure my hormones are as balanced and stable as possible, I know that for me, it's really important to get rid of all sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, and to really pay attention to the red meat that I'm consuming and make sure I'm not eating conventional red meat that's going to have extra hormones in it. So those are my most important priorities right now. Now I've got a lot of other things that I'm going to be adding in, but the first week or 2, that is my main focus. I just want to get that underway. Now I will say, I eat pretty clean most of the time, and I don't eat a lot of sugar and caffeine and alcohol. So it's not a huge leap for me to cut all 3 of those things out at once. If for you, you're eating kind of a standard American diet, that may feel like way too much in the beginning. So take into consideration where you're at and what feels manageable. So that is the 4th step, is just choosing 1, 2, or 3 very specific actions that you can take that will move you closer to your goal. I will say, when I'm working with clients, for a lot of people who are wanting to lose weight or wanting more energy, one of the very first action steps that I suggest is drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. It is pretty simple. It's not always easy to remember or to get in the habit, but it's a simple change to add in, and it massively increases how people are feeling really, really quickly. So kind of think that through. All right, step number 5. This is where, so you've decided what your specific action steps are, but you also want to consider what support or resources do you need in order to be successful. For example, maybe you're not even sure, maybe you've tried all these diets out there to lose weight and you're just so overwhelmed and don't even know where to start. And so maybe you just want to work with a coach like myself, or someone else you trust that will be able to help you lay out a plan without all the stress and all the overwhelm. Or maybe you do need to get some testing done, some lab tests done. Maybe, it really depends on you and your situation and also your personality. I talk about this with clients all the time, but we all have different types of personalities, but I would say there's a huge portion of the population who thrives and is most successful when you have external accountability, when you have someone else that is supporting you and checking in on you and holding you accountable. So if that is you, embrace that and know that you just need to put some accountability into place so that you're more successful. Or, for example, if you are just busy, you've got a lot going on, maybe you don't have time to do all the research and to create a plan yourself. Then again, that would be a great time. Save yourself the time and fast track your results by working with somebody who can help you create that plan, who's already done all the research so that you don't have to. So that is step 5, is just figuring out what type of support or resources or accountability would help you get the results you want and to maintain it and to be successful. Okay, number 6. Number 6 is an important one. Decide how you are going to track your progress. So remember, we've really focused in and chosen like 1, 2, or maybe 3 specific actions that we're focused on to begin with. So then you want to track that each and every day. So one thing that I did last year that worked really well for me was I just, got this little calendar and just marked off. I have my goal written at the top, what my goal is to do each day, and then I just put an X every day that I accomplished that goal. Or you could maybe just create like your own little chart and just track like every single day that you accomplish that specific task that you're going to do. There is something that really helps reinforce with the brain that you are working on this habit when you're actually tracking it day after day, and it keeps it top of mind. I think that's one of the main issues that a lot of people have is we start all strong and motivated and gung-ho, but then life just happens and we get distracted and other things move up the priority list. So finding a way to track your progress keeps this goal at the top of the priority list and in front of you every day. It could also be what I'm doing right now just to hold myself accountable is I am keeping a food journal and I'm just planning out my food for the day. So in the morning, I'm writing down everything that I'm going to eat that day. And then the next day, I just look back and make sure that that's what I ate, and then I plan my food for the next day. So there's all kinds of ways you can, track your progress and keep yourself accountable, but find something. Okay, and then lastly, number 7 is to set aside time every week to reevaluate your progress or to evaluate your progress. So I would choose the same day, the same time every week, maybe Sunday night, for example. And when you're doing this, you want to first look back at the previous week. Like, how did you do? Did you follow through on those couple of action steps that you had planned? And then look ahead at the week that is to come. Does it make sense? Do you feel ready to add in one more action step from your list? Are you feeling solid enough with those first ones that we can layer in another new habit? And if so, then decide what that's going to be and get really clear about what that's going to look like throughout the week. I just think that so often we set a goal, we maybe write it down somewhere, but we never come back to it. So evaluating it every single week is really, really important to really make it top of mind and to make it more likely that you will follow through. So those are the 7 action steps that I have. I'll do a quick little recap. Number 1, set that clear and specific goal and write it down. Number 2, figure out what your bigger why is. Number 3, what specific action steps could you take to accomplish your goal? So brainstorm a huge list. Number 4 is choose just 1 to 3 action steps that you will focus on first. Number 5 is decide what support or resources or coaching or accountability you need. Number 6, decide how you will track your progress every day. And then number 7, set a time to reevaluate your progress each and every week. I promise you that if you use this process, you will be so much more likely to lose weight, to get in a good exercise habit, to increase your energy, to feel better, to feel more comfortable in your skin. So I highly encourage you to give it a try. So let me know in the comments if you are going to give it a try. Just let me know if you're in, and then get started with that. I also want to say that if you are really feeling ready this year, if this is your year to lose weight and to keep it off, to really make your health a priority, then I would love to invite you to reach out to me and to schedule a complimentary lose weight and keep it off discovery session. So I would love to be able to really help you this year stay focused and accountable on your goals and to streamline everything for you. That is what I do in my Total Body Reset program. I have everything laid out, and so I can guide you through the program. We will personalize it so it works best for you and your body and your needs. And then I'll be there to help troubleshoot all the challenges that come up along the way. So please reach out if you would like to book a complimentary session with me. And then we'll just talk about what's going on for you. And then we'll be able to see if my Total Body Reset program is going to be a program that will help you be so successful at losing weight this year. So just send me a comment or put a comment in the below, or send me a private message if you would like to schedule that session. Or you can just go to ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/apply. You'll answer a few questions and then it will take you right to my calendar so you can get that complimentary discovery session booked. So if you have any questions about anything, please reach out. I really hope that I get to talk to you soon on a discovery session. I just know that it is so possible for you to lose weight and to feel better in your body, to feel in control around food, to have more energy. And I would just love to be able to help you reach those goals so that you can feel more confident in your day-to-day life, so that you can give whatever you have to offer to the world and put it out there so that you can be the best wife and mom and sister and friend that you really want to be. So please reach out so we can get started with that free consultation. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye.